What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, bringing you another live Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Before we get started, if you can, please make sure you click the like button below this video. Remember, if video reaches 100 likes, I keep 2 videos a day coming your way. That is what I say now today. Like I said, I'm battling a follower/subscriber on Twitter. His name is Sam. His Twitter link will be in the description below. Remember, if you want a chance to battle me, make sure you follow me on Twitter because I ask for battles about 3 to 4 times a week, or come out to streams because that's pretty much when you'll get to battle me for the most part. We're going to go over my team really quick so you guys can place your bets. I'm bringing kind of just a really weird team, I guess. I just wanted to use some of these Pokemon, so I said, hey, let me use it, and there's a very big weakness here. But I'm bringing Mandibuzz, Bisharp, because I finally want to actually use him because I bring him to Road to Rank, but I don't get to use him. I'm bringing Veronica, which is Vivillon, which now I know it's Vivillon. Vivillon. I'm going to try to remember how to say it like that. It's Vivillon. But I'm bringing Vivillon, I'm bringing Trevenant, I'm bringing Ampharos, what? And I'm bringing Swampert. So place your bet. Who do you think is going to be the MVP? We got Mandibuzz, Bisharp, Vivillon, Trevenant, Ampharos, and Swampert. I personally think that Swampert's going to put in some work because I freaking love Swampert. And like I said, I'm running a really weird team. I'm running a couple bulky Pokemon, and the big weakness on my team is fire. So looking at his team, luckily he doesn't have any fire types, thankfully. But I think Mismagius and Garchomp will carry fire type moves. Maybe Mismagius doesn't. I feel like it does. But we're going to take a picture of my opponent's team really quick. And then we shall get started by picking our lead. And yeah. Today was an interesting day, but let me not talk about that first. Let me focus on the battle for a little while before I start doing my usual rant of blabbering. But we're going to lead off. I don't know who he's going to lead with. Probably the Greninja lead. It's a pretty safe standard lead. I don't have any entry hazard setuppers, and it doesn't look like he does either. Maybe the Garchomp is, but I'm not really sure. So I think I'm actually going to lead off with the Vivillon. Veronica. I'm going to be calling her Veronica from now on because that's a lot easier for me to not mess up. So Veronica's going to lead, which is pretty normal. It is holding a focus sash now because I learned my lesson in Road to Rank. Thank you, guys. I love it when I don't know something and you guys tell me, because then I learn. That's like the only way I've gotten better for the past couple months by uploading, because you guys have taught me a lot in your comments. So never stop commenting when you see something that I could do better, or if I'm holding the wrong item or whatever. That's really cool. I have a lot to learn. So out comes the Greninja, who I don't think can hit me for really anything except for an Ice Beam if it wants to, and nothing. Well, Chestnut can resist the Sleep Powder. If I go for the Sleep Powder, Grass Pokemon cannot be put to sleep by that. So I kind of want to go for the Quiver Dance, but I don't know if that's really smart. I think I'm actually going to go out into my I think Swampert. I think Swampert would be the best switch in if he's going to go for a Ice Beam, and I'm kind of assuming he's gonna go for an Ice Beam. That might not be the smartest thing in the world, but I think I'm gonna go out at the Swampert, hoping that he goes for the Ice Beam. So let's do this hard switch out. And you know what? If he goes for U-turn, it's not the end of the world. It's really not. So out comes T-Master the Swampert, and my opponent does go for the U-turn. In fact, so I could have stayed in and gone for that Hurricane, predicting the Chestnut, which is probably what I should have done. That U-turn does a decent amount with no Life Orb. That is interesting. I guess Swampert's just not that bulky. Not as bulky as I wanted to be. My Swampert does not have Stealth Rock on it. I do not have one with Stealth Rocks. I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. But this one does not carry Stealth Rocks for a specific reason, because it's actually... out comes Hector. Oh, boy. So that's not very good at all. I mean, I kind of want to go for an Avalanche, but obviously that's stupid. So let's actually switch out into... Who would be the best thing to switch out into? Probably Trevenant. I mean, Mandibuzz... I could go into Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz can't do much but Toxic it. So maybe we will go out into Trevenant, who can at least burn it. Let's go into Trevenant because whether he goes for a fighting type move or a grass type move, I resist both. Or actually, I'm immune to fighting. But let's see what happens. I'm actually wearing a hat right now, and I kind of like wearing this hat sometimes. Let me know if you like the hat. He goes for the Seed Bomb, and that's going to do all of 25 damage, which is fine by me, because now what's going to happen is I could go for the Will-O-Wisp, which actually I might. Let me look at his team really quick. I know he's got no fire types, but I kind of want to set up a sub. I'm actually going to set up a substitute because this is a different Trevenant. Well, that's not that different. It's a sub-Citrus. Oh, did I accidentally give you Lum? Oh, no, I might have accidentally given this Trevenant Lum. And I'm running substitute and all that. So out comes YOLO, hashtag, which is Mismagius, which is kind of unfortunate. I have to check right now. If I accidentally gave this thing Lum, this whole thing is just I pulled a Shady. Let's see. Let's see if I pulled a Shady. Nope, it's got Citrus. Woo! All right, so it's got Citrus, which means I'm actually going to, I'm going to go for Elite Seed here, because why the heck not? Let's go for Elite Seed. And I don't really know what Misdrevious, is this even Misdrevious? I think Misdrevious is actually the pre-evo. Wow, some of you guys are getting so pissed off by me saying that, because this is actually Mismagius. And he goes for the Hex, which is going to break my sub, unfortunately, but I'm going to get Elite Seed off. And I really don't know if I want to take the risk. I should have probably gone for a Phantom Force. I don't really want to know if I want to take the risk, hoping that I'll live a Hex. I mean, then again, I'm not currently damaged at all. So, I mean, I'm not currently, what do you call it? I don't have any status ailments, I should say. That's the word. Those are the words that I'm looking for. But I mean, there's a chance that I'll live. There's a chance. There's a chance. Not really entirely sure. But I guess I could just wing it and find out. I don't think I'm gonna wing it and find out. It doesn't seem worth it to me. Let's actually go out into Mandibuzz, because Mandibuzz will resist the Hex, and then plus I can go for a Foul Play, which will do plenty of damage. I really like my opponent's team, by the way. Goes for the Nasty Plot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's a big problem. That is definitely a problem. At least he's seeded, so he's going to take residual damage over time. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not really something I want to deal with. I kind of want to go for a Toxic as well. That'll be a lot of residual damage. But I think if I go for a Foul Play, it's Stab Foul Play, even if it doesn't have the highest attack stat. It doesn't have the highest defense either. So let's go for a Foul Play here, just because it might... Oh, no. Dazzling Gleam. I'm dead. Oh, I live at 37 because Mandibuzz does not mess around. Of course it doesn't mess around, but I'm glad I went for that Foul Play, because Mismagius is going to go down this turn thanks to the Leech Seed. So first Pokemon to fall is Mismagius. I'm kind of happy because my Mandibuzz definitely just tanked that hit, which is fantastic because I do carry the Roost and I can get all my health back if I really want to, or I can sack this thing off later as Death Fodder. One or the other, I am not sure what will happen. It depends who he goes into. He will probably go into his Greninja. Yup, he goes into Greninja. That's what I would think. And I want to predict him to go for the U-turn, but he's probably going to go for the Ice Beam. I think I'm actually going to predict him to go for the U-turn. I'm going to go for the Roost, hoping that he goes for U-turn. But we'll find out together if he does. I think I can. It's a stab U-turn though. It's neutral, but I'm physically defensive, so I should live this. I think I should live this. I know it's Greninja, but yeah, I live at 16. That's what I'm talking about. Get hurt by that Rocky Helmet. So if you had a Focus Sash, no longer, which you probably did because, then again, he could be choice. I guess he could be Specs. Could be a Specs Greninja or a Scarf Greninja, but Scarf Greninja is a little OD on that speed. I don't think you really need that. Out comes K Jelly. Which is this crazy Pokemon, Excavalier. And shout out to Lip Power. Woo! Excavalier is going to be quite the interesting Pokemon because I don't have any Fire-type moves, and that is its only weakness is Fire. So this is definitely going to be interesting. I can't even Toxic it right now, but what will it have for me? What does this thing usually like to run? Let's find out together via the Smogon, because, I mean, people usually base their sets. Offensive, Mega Horn, Iron Head, Pursuit, Return. So probably a Pursuit is coming my way. I think I'm actually just going to Roost one more time to get Mandibuzz up to full health. Maybe not go for Pursuit. Why would you go for Pursuit? It's resisted. Maybe you're going to go for an Iron Head, or maybe you're defensive and you're going to go for a Toxic. I don't know. We'll find out together right now. Goes for the Toxic, so you are defensive. That's rather unfortunate. I think that I'm going to be in for a serious world of pain because of this thing. I mean, I want to go out into my Trevenant so I can burn this thing, but... I guess technically I could go out into my Bisharp right now. I probably could go out into Bisharp. I don't think that this thing can hit me for much. Then again, I know doesn't Steel resist Bug, but yeah. So Dark, what do you call it? So Bug is neutral. So, but a Mega Horn would still hurt. It's still a stab Mega Horn, but this thing's probably defensive. So let's go out into Bisharp, predicting a Protect. I really think he's gonna Protect, or he's just gonna go for that Mega Horn straight up. Maybe a double Toxic. Who knows? But he does go for the double Toxic, so at least I have this Bisharp in here. Now, Bisharp can't do too much to this thing, but I can go for a sub here. Hopefully, he'll switch out. Bisharp looks so cool. Finally, I get to see it. He's going to withdraw K-Jelly. He's probably going to go into... I don't know what he'll go into. Goes out into Garchomp. That's kind of, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not like, I understand he's probably got the rough skin, but this is probably, and this is his mega too. I'm pretty sure this is his mega, unless he doesn't have it. He might not even have a mega, which is fine. But I'm behind a sub here, so I'm actually going to set up a sword stance because I'm behind a sub, and I'd rather do that. Oh, EQ is so real. Why would I do that? Ugh! I don't know, I don't know that I can live in EQ after a Sucker Punch. Because I'm going to get a Swords Dance up here. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to take this thing out with a Sucker Punch. We can do some, we can think about it, though. I'm at +2 attack. Sucker Punch, Sucker Punch could take him out. I mean, if he's fully defensive, then I'm kind of screwed. But I'm gonna hope that he's not fully defensive. So let's go for a Sucker Punch here and hope for the best. Let's do that, because I would love if Bisharp can get a kill right here. That is not. Oh, that's a defensive. Oh my gosh, that thing is super bulky. All right, so I'm dead to an EQ. So Bisharp, once again, is not going to get to do anything. He goes for a Fire Fang straight up, so I might actually live that. I am going to live that. He doesn't get the burn, so I think I'm pretty much safe to go for another Sucker Punch. I mean, I think I'm going to die because of Rocky Helmet and, what do you want to call it? Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin, but I'm going to go for another Sucker Punch. I mean, I don't think Garchomp's going to want to set up. He's going to withdraw. Oh, man. I really didn't think he would withdraw at that point. Out comes Stewart, which is going to be his Persian, unfortunately. So that is rather unfortunate. I don't know what Persians like to do, but I freaking love seeing one right now. I really do. Persian, I'm going to look up on Smogon really quick. Yes, I look things up, by the way, because I don't know everything, what everything does. Fake out, U-turn, taunt. I guess you could go for a taunt right here. I'm going to go for a straight-up Iron Head because I think the substitute is really obvious. Let's go for an Iron Head here. Goes for the fake out. Okay, goes for a fake out. And you might just go for the U-turn, which might actually... Well, I'm going to get lefties right here. So I don't know if a U-turn would actually take me out. Persian is ridiculously fast. Oh my goodness. If he goes for a U-turn, then it is what it is. But let's go for the Iron Head. Goes for taunt. So thankfully, I didn't go for like Swords Dance or sub. Bisharp gets pissed off, but I go for an Iron Head, which will probably take this thing out. I'm at +2, so... Stewart goes down. The kitty needs to fall. And that's pretty much it. Let me get a sip of water because my voice is starting to go a little tad bit. Eowyn. This was a gift, and I don't know how to pronounce that name. So Bisharp got a kill. So you know what? Bisharp is putting in a little bit of work. At least I know it can take out the Garchomp at this point because the Sucker Punch will take him out. And I'm pretty sure that Garchomp is not choice, but I'm pretty sure it carries the Rocky Helmet. What I'm trying to say, oh man, I don't like this one bit. Because he could just go for the shield. I don't really know if I want to just waste Bisharp right here. Then again, if I go for a Sucker Punch, he resists it. He resists all my stab, actually. I think I'm actually just going to switch out here. It doesn't make sense just to sacrifice Bisharp off when he could still do something. He can still Sucker Punch something, so let's go back out into Trevenant. Because I think that is the best play for me to make. This is a pretty good battle, especially like his team is just so cool. His team is really cool. Goes for the low sweep, which does not affect me. And I can go for a straight up Will-O-Wisp here. There's no reason for me to sub. I mean, I could sub, but oh, he goes for the Stone Edge. We'll see how much that does. That's not going to do much at all, but it is going to bring me to my Citrus, which is good because now I have a chance to harvest it, and that's kind of what I want. So let's burn this thing. So Hector is pretty much done. Hector is done because he's burned and he's not going to be doing any damage to anyone anymore. Thankfully, he didn't have a fire type in his team because I do have a really, really heavy fire weakness. I'm not going to go for a Leech Seed even though he's probably going to switch out at this point. I'm just going to go for the substitute right now. And that seems like the best play for me to make. He goes for the Stone Edge, so I'm definitely glad I didn't go for the Leech Seed. Stone Edge won't even break subs at this point. So I'm going to be able to get a sub, get brought back down to my Citrus range, and hopefully I harvest it this turn, because that would be kind of nice. If not, I do carry Phantom Force, which is good for the burn and possible harvesting. That's why this set is running substitute Citrus instead of Lum Rest, because I'm running Phantom Force instead of Horn Leech, and that's just what I chose to do for this one. So it is what it is. Let's go for, at this point, let's go for Phantom Force. I do think he's gonna go for another Stone Edge. I don't know if that's the smartest thing, because it's not even gonna break a sub. Not in, but he's probably at the point where Chestnut doesn't even matter to him. And I wonder if my sub vanishes with me. It does. So he can't do anything. He can't go out into his Persian because his Persian is dead. So he's not going to be able to take this really well. He can go into his Garchomp to deal some Rocky Helmet rough skin damage to me, but I'm okay if he does that because I have a Lumberry, I have a Citrus Berry, and a behind a sub. So I would be a-okay. He's probably going to do that though. He's going to withdraw Hector, and he goes out into Greninja. All right, I can feel that because you resist it. But you're forgetting that Trevenant is pretty strong. Look at that. It does almost 40% resisted. So Trevenant definitely doesn't mess around. I think he's just going to go for a U-turn here. I don't want to go for a Will-O-Wisp or a Leech Seed on the off chance he goes back out into his Chestnut. So I think I'm just going to go for another Phantom Force. Why the heck not? He goes for the U-turn. That'll break the sub, and he'll be able to go out into Chestnut. And even if he wants to go back, if he wants to double out back into Greninja after this turn, totally cool with that. Totally fine with it because why not? Greninja runs back to Sam. I'm sure Chestnut's coming out because he's going to predict me to Willow or Leech Seed. And at least I'll have a Phantom Force up. And if he wants to switch out, go for it. You're still going to get some more burn damage on that Chestnut. Or maybe, you know what? He's going to go into something and set up all over my face and I should cry. He goes out into K-Jelly's Excavalier. That is definitely the better switch. Wow. Okay, so he predicted right. He didn't predict me to go for a Will-O-Wisp or a Leech Seed. He straight up predicted He predicted correctly. He can set up right now if he has it. I'm going to outspeed, so he's probably going to go for a Toxic here, which is kind of rather unfortunate. That does a good chunk of damage. He does go for the Toxic, but you know what? I have Citrus, so it's not the end of the world. I kind of want to go for a burn on this thing, but I do think the Chestnut's going to run right back in. You know what? Is Chestnut going to come back in? I'm not really sure if Chestnut's going to come back in. If it does, you know what? Let's just go for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't think Chestnut's coming back in. He stayed in with Excavalier, his K-Jelly. So that thing is going to get burned. Once again, that thing is pretty much neutralized. Goes for the Mega Horn. I avoid the attack. Oh my gosh, that's some really bad luck. Sorry about that, Sam. But I'm going to eat my my Citrus Berry right here. I'm sorry, I get those confused because I'm so used to using Lum. But going to eat my Citrus. He's going to take some burn damage. I'm probably going to harvest. I'm not going to harvest. Tried to call that like a boss and it didn't work. But he's burned now, so I can pretty much go into whatever I want. I actually think I'm going to go out into my Bisharp because Bisharp can die right now if he needs to, but I think the Bisharp's going to be fine. Bisharp can take a Mega Horn. I mean, it's going to be neutral, but he's going to be burned, and I have pretty high defenses, so it shouldn't take me out. It does not take me out. I live at 5, which is cool, because Excavalier is pretty darn slow, and I could probably get an Iron Head off. Will Iron Head kill? Probably not, actually. We're going to find out, because I was kind of sacrificing this Bisharp anyway by bringing it out here just to get that burn damage off. But we're going to go for an Iron Head. Let's see how much it does. It's not going to do much at all because it's resistant. It does almost half the rest of its health. Oh my gosh, he has Rest. I don't like this game. Are you really Rest Lum? Are you Resto Chesto? Is that what just happened? You're not Rest Lum because you were burned, so you might be Resto Chesto. You're Resto Chesto, you dirty little Excavalier. Now I know why you're K-Jelly. That's why he let it get burned. Wow. Alright, so Bisharp's definitely going to have to die here. There's really nothing I can do about it. Bisharp's dying. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch. I don't know if Sucker Punch was the better move. I think that... oh yeah, Sucker Punch is the better move. Look, that does a lot more. Luckily, I didn't go for Sucker Punch before because then he would have rested, and I mean, I guess it really wouldn't have made a difference, to be honest. But Bisharp goes down, unfortunately. But I do get a clean switch in to whatever I want. And what is that thing that I want to switch into? That is the question. Honestly, it's probably going to be my Ampharos. Although I don't want it to get toxic, but I think that Ampharos is going to be the switch in. Because Ampharos can probably kill this thing. Everything else on his team, oh no, he's still got some special attackers. He's still got Greninja. I guess I could go into my Veronica. Yeah, I'm going to go out into Vivillon, Veronica, just because I can go for the Sleep Powder here. If he decides to switch out into Chestnut, then that's fine because I'm going to outspeed and I'm going to be able to hit it with a Hurricane. So let's go for the Sleep Powder right here. And he put himself to sleep last turn. So let's put him to sleep ourselves this turn. I should say 2 turns ago. So we're going to hit that Sleep Powder because of the Compound Eyes, which I know about. And that's going to be a Sleeping Excavalier, which is fine because I can set up a Quiver Dance right here. And that's pretty much going to be, that's going to be a little tough for him to deal with. I'm going to set up this QD. And I know Excavalier, I know that in itself, Veronica can't do much to Excavalier. But, I mean, it's got neutral flying, so why not? I can get a Hurricane off, which will probably take that thing out after a Quiver Dance. I'm not going to get... I guess I could get greedy and set up another Quiver Dance. I'm not going to, though. I'm just going to go for the Hurricane. That way I can put something else to sleep after this thing is dead, which is fine by me. Down goes the K-Jelly. Vivillon putting in work already. Pokemon that I've always wanted to use it. Thank you so much for the donation, Shady Person that gave this to me. And out comes Greninja, which is what I thought. This thing is probably Choice Scarfed at that point. Because I think Vivillon, maybe he just outspeeds in general. I'm not going to go for Sleep Powder at this point. I'm just going to go for the Hurricane. Because, no, I don't think anything on his team wants... Actually, I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz. It's super effective against... Yeah, let's go for the Bug Buzz because it's super effective against Greninja. I am going to outspeed, so it's not Scarfed. It's probably just Focus Sash. And this thing is going to go down to a Bug Buzz. So, ladies and gentlemen, we might have a Veronica sweep. I think Veronica is just going to... Oh my goodness. I really think that Veronica is going to do something great right now. Veronica is going to get 4 kills. Oh my gosh, and no one drafted Veronica in the GBA. No one drafted Vivillon. Or Vivillon. I'm going to go for the Hurricane here. Of course, I outspeed. And I'm going to land that Hurricane, which is ×4 effective, and it's going to easily take Hector out. And his last Pokemon is going to be Garchomp, which I don't think wants to take a Hurricane at all. Not when I'm at +1. And not when I'm a Veronica. And not when this Garchomp is already below 50%. So we can go for the Hurricane, or we can go for the Bug Buzz. Let's just see which one's smarter. I don't really know much about these moves. So Hurricane is base 110. Bug Buzz is 90. So I guess Hurricane is the smarter move. Unless I want to miss, which you can miss. You can miss a Hurricane. And I don't want to ruin the sweep, so I do think that a Bug Buzz will be enough to take this Garchomp out, so I'm just going to go for it. I guess the smartest play is to go for Sleep Powder, but let's go for a Bug Buzz. And it's going to take that Garchomp out. So that is a mini sweep by Vivillon. Thank you for the battle, Sam. I hope you enjoyed it. Good game. Definitely a fun one. I really liked your team. If you enjoyed this video, hope you left a like rating down below. Hope you left a comment. And I hope the Pokemon you bet on did some work in this match. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.